everybody, and welcome back to Windy Hill Rabbitry. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to check your Polish rabbit's breed standard. So today I have with me Rose, Raven, and Cocoa Bean. They're right next to me here. I also have my laptop over here just so I can check all the things I'm going to say, because I'm going to be showing you how to judge your rabbit and see if your rabbit is a good quality Polish. I am using the Natural Trail Rabbit website. It's called thenaturaltrail.com, and I'm using the Polish Rabbit breed information page just to check my information when I'm telling you guys how to judge your Polish. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to pose your Polish rabbit. So you're just going to take their head. They're supposed to be a small, compact rabbit, so you're just going to kind of scooch them together and make sure their feet are under the chin. You want them to be under the cheekbone right here. So hers is still a little bit far forward. She's got kind of long legs. So you really want them compact. You want them to kind of go into a little ball. Okay. So you have a nice posed Polish. So now what you're looking for is a nice balanced rabbit. So you kind of want their hindquarters to be slightly bigger than their shoulders, but you also don't want really small shoulders and really big hindquarters and really big shoulders and really small hindquarters. You also want, stay posed, a nice well-rounded bunny. So you can see she kind of is leaning on this side. She kind of has they're not very equal. You really want a nice equal rabbit. She really is leaning to the one side. Okay, you really just want that nice equal. She does have a very nice and well-rounded, and she's not going like this, so she doesn't have these points at the end. It's just a nice well-rounded hip. Okay, it's got very nice and well-rounded. It doesn't just chop off. It's nice and well-rounded. Okay, all right, pose a little more, baby. Okay, move her foot back. All right, so let me just check here. Alright, and I'm going to show you guys from above. So when you're looking above, you want it to slightly taper in towards the shoulders. So let me guys show you. So if you look from above, let me try to get the right angle. You can see it slightly tapers in towards her shoulders, and it's not just a straight line, it goes in, so it's a little bit of a V at her shoulders. Okay, another thing that this website points out is that when you pose them, they are a compact breed, so the top line, which is their nice round top, I just flattened her fur, should start at the base of the neck and right at the base of the ears and round nicely up and over. Let me pose her a little bit more. Okay, so you can see how it starts at her ears, goes nicely up and over. She could use a little bit more, okay, and then it rounds nicely down. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is her ears and head. So a Polish's head is very important. It should be short, not long. Okay, so she's got a nice short little compact head. It should have a nice well-filled cheeks and muzzle. So she does have a little bit of a pointy muzzle. Let me turn her so you guys can see. She does have a little bit, pose for me, baby. She does have a little bit of a narrow muzzle, but she does have nice full cheeks and not a super narrow muzzle. Okay, she also has a nice full head. It's nice and full, but also it's small and compact. I'm sorry, I keep turning you. You're confused. Okay, I'm just going to pose her again. Also, her elbow right here should be on the table. She just doesn't want to. Okay. And her foot keeps coming out. Okay, so I'm just going to pose her nice and compact. Okay. And also, the face will be slightly broader in bucks than does. This is a doe, so her face is a little narrower, but in bucks it will be fuller, and I will show you Cocoa Bean. Let me grab Cocoa Bean. Come here, Cocoa Bean. Stop. So let me just pose him next to her. So if you look, her face is slightly narrower and she's leaning into her brother. and then his face, his face is chubbier and fuller. Okay, I'm gonna put the cocoa bean away. Get off your roller. Okay. Alright. And in profile, there should be a slight curve from the base of the ears down to the nose. So, like we said, okay, I'm posing it this way now. You can see there's, from the base of the ears, there's a slight curve going down to her nose. It's a nice, gentle, pretty curve. She's actually a very nice rabbit. There are a couple things that could be better about her, like she could have a little bit more taper in the shoulders. She could also pose a little better. I haven't posed her very much. Okay, but she's actually a really nice rabbit, and I probably will, if I don't sell her, probably plan to use her as a breeding doe. Okay, let me just check my information over here. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the ears. So first of all, the ears should be straight up. They shouldn't be slightly droopy, hanging down like this. Okay, they should be straight up. Can you be happy for me? Yes, put your ears up. Yes, that's a good girl. Okay, and they should be pretty short. If they are more, like her ears are pretty good size for her body, but if they're longer, let me get Raven out. Now, if you'll notice, he's so much bigger than her. He has pretty long ears, so compared, I know you don't like me touching ears. He's got pretty longer ears. He's probably got a quarter to half an inch ears longer ears than she does. But he also is bigger, so it's okay. So I did have a professional Polish breeder look at them, and he actually wants to buy Raven instead of Rose, and I think it's because he needs some bucks. But he did like Raven better than her, but he said that she is an overall good doe. Raven just has slightly better hindquarters, and I think he needed hindquarters for his breeding, so he liked him better. But she is a very nice doe. Okay, let me just check my information again. Okay, so to finish off the ears, they should be kind of thick. Okay, I know, you're so cute. They should be kind of thick. Put your head down a little. They should be kind of thick, and they should always, like, if you look from the front, when they're posing, they should be touching each other. Like, see how they're both equal length, so they're not, stop putting it down. Okay, they're both equal length. I know, I'm sorry, I'm touching your ears. They're both equal length, and they're sticking straight up. Okay, and they're not touching each other. Like, if she had ears like this all the time, that wouldn't be good. She's got ears slightly apart. Like, if she just kind of puts them, they're slightly apart. Okay, I was just putting together so you can see how short, tall they are. Stop biting the cage, Raven. Okay, but overall, she's a really nice rabbit. We're also going to talk about their eyes. If you've noticed, all Polish have these really bright, round eyes. Blue has very big eyes, which is their mother. All Polish have just these bright eyes. Okay, I'm going to pull someone else out. And she does have red eyes, so they seem a little bit brighter. Let me grab Raven. He's got litter all over him. But you can see how he just has big, bright, round eyes. Also, they should be pretty well boned. Or pretty fine boned, sorry. So their bones are going to be a little thinner, as to an Edlendorf that has really thick bones. And they should also have short legs. Now, these bunnies kind of have longer front legs, which is not necessarily good, but they have longer front legs. So Polish should have shorter legs. And he also doesn't have a very nice face. It is wider. He's got a nice full face. He's got the round, but I feel like it's a little long compared to his body. Let me pose him here. Stop moving the carpet. Come back. Okay. Compared to his body, it's not bad. He's got nice ears. I think they're a little bit long. He's got a nice face for his body. He is a bigger Polish. I prefer the smaller ones. And he's pretty well rounded. He's got pretty even hindquarters. Okay, pose buddy. Yep. I just think his ears are a little long and his face is a little long. So they have flyback fur, so if you look closely, when you rub your hand up the back, it'll fly right back into position. There are other types of fur, but Polish just have flyback. So if they have kind of if you rub your hand up and it kind of stands up for a while, and if it stands up and doesn't go back down, that's not good. Like, you want a flyback fur, which is where it goes right back down in position. Alright, some things to avoid would be a long body. So as you can see, he's not posing right now, he's really long. So if I were to pose him, okay, no, I know. Just pretend to be wrong. Like, this is a long Polish. Okay, pose for me. That's a good boy. Okay, this is a nice Polish. So Polish are supposed to be compact. They are a compact breed, so you will see them. Can you put your foot back, please? Thank you. You will see them kind of scrunching up a lot, and that's why you want their top line to start at the base of their neck and go up and over. He does have kind of a higher headset because he's kind of annoyed, but you do want that really compact body. Okay, and you don't want protruding hips or spines. So if they're poking out, like, you can't really see his hip. If his hip were poking out and you could see it and you could see his spine, that would not be good. That could be a sign of malnourishment, or it could just be a really bad boned Polish. Right. And you also don't want flatness over the hips. So the hips are here. If I pose him, can you bring your head down a little bit? Right. You can see how he's nice and well-rounded. He's kind of like a little basketball right here. That's what you want. You want a nice full hip. Now, if he were to have a flat hip where it ended here, let me see if Cocoa Bean has it. All of my Polish are pretty decent. Cocoa Bean's my worst out of all of them. Okay, let me see if he has a flat hip. Just pose him. Okay. He doesn't really have a flat hip. So if the top of the top line, which is like right here, is above the head, it's pretty good. If it's below, like, can you raise your face a little bit? Yes, be a Britannia Petite. See, if his head, so just pretend that he's all posed and everything, and his top line was below his eye, that's a flat hip because his top line is not coming high enough. So it's just this kind of weird oval shape instead of a nice round. So now his head is normal. He's got that nice top line that comes up, and he's a nice little round basketball. So other disqualifications would be a dewlap. Polish rabbits are not allowed to have dewlaps on show table. So a way to get rid of dewlaps is to cut down their food, because oftentimes dewlaps will form if you feed them too much. Also, if their ears are over 3 inches in length, that is a disqualification. His are about probably 2.5. His are kind of long and they're big, you can see. He's not a very good one. This is going to be my auction rabbit. He also doesn't have a very full face. Like, he's just not very good. Also, if their ears are V'd, okay, sorry, I touched your ears. If their ears are V'd, like, you want them to be straight up, not touching like that. Can you separate your ears a little bit? There you go, they separate a little bit. Yeah, so if their ears are like completely V'd out like this, that's a disqualification. Or poorly furred, like if they don't have fur on them, or they kind of just look weird. And also, something that people don't normally think about is their toenails. So their toenails are colored. So on a colored rabbit, which is any other color besides white, they have typically black or brown nails. And if you have a white toenail on a colored rabbit, that's a disqualification. And on a white rabbit, if you have, so on white rabbits, they're all like clear and yellowish, like they're white nails. If you have a colored nail on a white rabbit, that is a disqualification. So colored nail on a white rabbit and a white nail on a colored rabbit, those are disqualifications. Okay, and also if the coat feels cottony or harsh or it's a long coat, that's a disqualification, because if they're just like poorly taken care of and their coat's just really nasty and it feels really hard, like Polish are supposed to be really soft and smooth. If the fur feels really hard and dense and kind of yuck, that's a disqualification. Also, if your rabbit has a different fur type besides roll flyback, that's a disqualification. So if your rabbit has rollback, which is where you roll it up and it kind of stands for a little bit and slowly goes back down into place, that's rollback, sorry. And all Polish are supposed to have the flyback, which is where you rub your hand up and it flies straight back. Alright, that is all I have for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. Let us know if you have any other breeds you want to learn about. We can do Californians, Mini Rexes, Netherland Dwarfs. Just let us know and we will be sure to put this in the YouTube channel. Thank you. See you guys later. Also, one more thing before I go. The next video I'm going to try to do is what rabbits do at night. So I'm going to put some cameras in their cages and we're going to watch them at night. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that because it should be really fun.